So, George, have you ever heard that rich people are evil?
I hear it all the time.
That the only way to get rich is to be evil and steal and be a crook?
If you made money, you did it off the, you made it dirty.
You had to, because
Blood money.
everyone knows capitalists are all evil. You guys are getting the sarcasm, I hope, out there. But
I've been on Twitter. I know what happens over there.
yeah. Oh, why does anybody go on Twitter anymore? It's ridiculous. But anyway, the truth, however, as we dig into it, millionaires, decamillionaires, 10 million or more, and billionaires have about the same ratio of jerks among them as poor people. The percentage of people who are crooks is pretty much just the same percentage of people who are crooks. And so what we find is the vast majority of wealthy people became wealthy by being good people, not by being bad people. So we decided we're going to have a greedy rich people segment every so often.
Ooh, I like that.
We want to feature some greedy rich people. Today we're going to feature greedy Dolly Parton. Everyone knows how greedy Dolly is. She's a horrible person. At Dolly's theme park, Dollywood, she's announced that they will begin paying college tuition for all of their employees. They'll want to go to school, of course. They'll be covering 100% of college costs if you work there, which includes fees and textbooks. This amazing benefit will be available to all employees on their very first day of work. It's available for seasonal, part-time, and full-time employees at Dollywood Parks and Resort. Dolly, you're just evil. I can't believe how evil you are.
Dave, careful. Someone's going to clip just that sentence out. And
Well,
they're going to say Dave Ramsey hates Dolly Parton.
That's never happened to me, George.
No, they'll
People
listen
took
to it in
something out of context. Just the latest wholesome improvement Dolly Parton has made for the lives of those around her. The iconic country music star has shown time and time again that she's dedicated to her community. She gave millions of dollars and raised millions of dollars for the fires when the Gatlinburg fires happened. She has run a free book program for children in the state of Tennessee for decades. That evil rich person, Dolly Parton, we salute you.
We love to hear it. That's incredible. I don't know that I've seen something at this level.
Of evil.
At this level of evil.
This is a lot of evil.
We should not be sending people to school debt-free like this,
We
Dave.
should not be good to our employees.
Wow.
Because corporations are never good to their employees. Corporations are buying in automatically evil just because you said corporation.
That does have a connotation to it.
I have a relative that goes, it's the corporations, it's the corporations, like it's some kind of thing. I don't know what that means. I'm a corporation.
I don't know
what this means.
It
it's
feels
the
good.
corporations. It's the corporations.
You got to have someone to blame for your problems, Dave. And rich people are a great problem. Great one to blame.
Yeah. Well, it's easy to blame things until you actually know people. You know, one way you do away with sexism, racism, and what do you call this? Wealthism.
Ooh, I like that.
Is you actually get to know those people that fall in those categories, and then voila, it's very difficult to hate them.
That's true.
It's very difficult to think they are lesser.
It's hard to hate generous
lesser
people.
than human. If you really get to know someone of a certain whatever category, demographic, very difficult to hate people of that demographic after that. If you really get to know them, because they have dreams, they have goals, they have good intentions, and the narrative that someone else wrote about them is usually not true. Ta-da!
Well, you see what you want to see, and that's what happens. But Dolly's had a great PR for her personal brand. Everyone loves Dolly. No one doesn't love Dolly.
But she's greedy rich people.
That's right. But look what money can do. I mean, it's incredible.
It's awful. It's horrible that she's paying
Terrible.
tuition for all of those team members. That's the most unbelievable thing. What a waste.
I might go just work there part-time, and on day one, just get some tuition. Go back to school. That's pretty incredible. I haven't seen anything of this scale.
This is pretty cool.
Where a seasonal worker on their
all
first day
joking
work.
and sarcasm aside, but I mean it's just funny. And of course, Dolly is a national treasure. She's a treasure for the state of Tennessee. We all love Dolly. Everybody loves Dolly, and not everybody, because not everybody loves anybody in this
That's
world
true.
today. I'm sure some idiots
hater.
finding a way to hate on even Dolly. But oh my gosh.
Do you think this will be a trend?
What,
more and more
the
companies?
greedy rich people segment?
More
It's definitely
greedy
going to be a
rich-
trend.
well,
We're definitely going to do this over and over.
More of these greedy corporations trying to send people to school debt-free.
You think that there might be a trend of us exposing the fact that corporations are not all greedy?
Ding, ding, ding.
Because corporations are made up of people, and not all people are greedy. And not all people are evil. And not all people are crooks just because they have money, you doofuses.
Dave, you're offending a lot of people right now.
I hope so.
Statements.
It's my goal. If you believe that stuff, you're a doofus. Oh, it's unbelievable. Man.
That's
well,
awesome.
And here's the problem. The reason we need to have the Greedy Rich People segment and expose the greed of all these rich people and the horrible things that they do in our society, like Dolly's doing this horrible thing here. We need to expose these things because what Rabbi Lapin says in his book, Thou Shalt Prosper, my buddy, Orthodox Jewish Rabbi, Daniel Lapin, is absolutely amazing.
He's so cool.
We need to get a rabbi back on the show. It's been a while. And but anyway, he says one of the 10 reasons that the Jewish people, regardless of the time in history or the location and geography, regardless of where they show up, they have an inordinate probability of building wealth greater than the people around them. And he lists 10 reasons that happens for Jewish people inside the book Thou Shalt Prosper, which is a great book, by the way. I highly recommend that book. One of my faves of all times. One of the reasons is that they believe that the making of money represents service. And so they believe that the making of money is a holy endeavor. Workship is very much like worship in that culture. And so the idea that I believe making money is a holy endeavor, and I believe it to be highly moral to make money if I'm in that culture. Now, here's the thing. In psychology, Dr. John Deloney could expand on this, but in psychology, we talk about the idea that cognitive dissonance, when you have something in your brain that does not align, a belief that does not align with an action, you cannot live in that state very long. You'll adjust either the belief or the action eventually. And so, in other words, if you believe that making money and being wealthy is evil, it is very difficult for you to make money and become wealthy. If you believe it's inherently moral, it's in line then. There is no cognitive dissonance. And so you have this tendency, this magnetic pull, so to speak, to in your psychology and your spirit to go make money because you believe it to be a moral act. You know, if you believe that smiling is silly, you won't smile. But other people believe that if you're happy, you ought to notify your face, you know, and that kind of stuff, right? So it's this consistency, this lack of cognitive dissonance. And so all you people running around out there telling people rich is evil, you're spreading a disease through our culture that keeps people from wanting and believing that becoming financially successful is good. Therefore, they can't do it. It's really a dangerous hope stealer thing.
Money's a tool. It can do a lot of good. It can do a lot of bad. You get to choose.
Yeah, hope stealers are everywhere.
All over.
And so we're here with the Greedy Rich People segment to expose the greedy rich people.